Whoa! And just like that, he returned. Hey, everybody. Um, it's been quite some time, but I'm still working on my comic. Um, it has slowed down though. I'm 130 pages into my book, colored. This is page 130. Um, but I've been doing stuff. I've been a busy man outside of here. So I got a new job. I've done a couple streams since then. Uh, I moved out of my place, hence the new digs. I'm back in my childhood bedroom actually at the moment, and I've been dating. I just had my first ever 1 year anniversary uh, with with my beloved Diana. And I've talked about her in probably the last couple streams I did, but so there's that. Um, but now it's time to get back into some streaming when I can. I am all set up. I've been paying for the StreamYard service this whole time. I should put it to use. Um, so here's page. No, this is actually page 129. I am going to be coloring page 130, which is this one. So let's get into that. So here we have Bonehead and this alien guy whose name we don't know yet, but is Billy TV. And they're traveling through interdimensional space or something. And then the next page, we're on this space lizard. There's little flies buzzing around. Bzz, 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 bzz. Then whoosh, he snaps his tongue at one. And then he gets sucked into this portal as they come out. Okay, so that's what we're coloring. Okay. So the first thing I always do, let's see, what is the first dang old thing I ever do? So I need to do a couple things before I do any color on here. I gotta duplicate this layer. I already kind of cleaned up the page, so it's always kind of gunky. I'll show you what it looks like when I've. Let me open it up again. The fresh file. So if you look, this is what the file originally looked like, right? It's kind of gray because it's just a regular scan. And it's got like some crumbs on the page. Oh, you know what? If anyone comments, I don't know if I always would see Facebook comments. I think so, but this is streaming to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you got something to say, go ahead and say it. Maybe I'll respond. Maybe I'll be too immersed in what I'm doing, but I'm not being as precious about this stream because if I spend so much time setting up a stream, I'm not really working on my book. But anyway, so you'll see there's crumbs and like eraser shavings and stuff they got on the scan. There's pencil marks and stuff like that. Comic book artboard faintly remaining. So I have to so what I do is to start a page, I go to adjustments, levels, and like I said, I already did this, but just to show you, this is kind of how I start. I'll do that. I'll bring up the blacks, bring down the. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'll bring that in a little bit. The whites, I'm not bringing down the white. So I don't know, but it just kind of balances out gets the page looking the way I want it. And so I'll do that, and it takes away a lot of the gunk. And I always do it twice. Levels, bring it up, bring it down, and then I go in. Oh, you know what? Something I haven't done yet. Well, anyway, I go back into adjustments a third time, and I'll go to threshold, and I'll pop it up a little more. And that really brings everything to either black or white. And it kind of kicks out all the in between. But then you got all this like new gunk, and then I won't take an eraser, but I'll take the eyedropper. I'll select white, and then I bring up I just bring up the brush to whatever size I need, and whoa, maybe not that big, but about 400, and I'll clean out the gutter, and I'll get rid of all that stuff, and I'll bring it down small, and I'll like get rid of all the gunk in all the panels, and I'll like zoom in close, and I'll like clean it up as nice as I can to my liking, and fiddle around with it until everything looks kind of nice and tidy. Like there's all these extra like grains and things here, like texture of the paper is some of it. Like I said, eraser shadings, crud like that, and get out, as much as I can. And I'll clean it up. The next step that I haven't done that I forgot. So technically, when I do that threshold one, it seems to make it black and white, the file. And so I'm going to go into image again. This time I'm going to go to mode. Yeah, it puts it in grayscale mode. I'm going to put it in CMYK. Okay. All right. Now it should be kind of where I want it. And I'm seeing some gunk again. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to zoom in. I'm seeing crumbs all over. That's usually that's one of the more tedious things in setting up the file. It's like if you get too antsy about that, you'll start seeing it later. Like if you're too antsy about getting past that part, you'll be not kicking yourself, but you'll be like, oh man, I jumped the gun and now I still have to do it. Clean it up. I mean, you can get as neat and tidy as you want or don't want. I mean, you only have to clean it up as much as you want, but I just don't want it to look like trash. I meant to do this all before the stream. So I wouldn't be doing it on the stream because, like I say, it gets kind of tedious. But here we are. So you'll get a taste of, I don't know, I probably don't do this part much on stream, so for the sake of transparency, you get to see this warts and all, this process warts and all. How about that? So let's see. Yeah, I just had my first anniversary with my girlfriend, the beloved Diana. Boy, this junk never seems to end. This is the junk that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started cleaning it, not knowing what it was. And they'll just keep on cleaning it forever just because this is the gunk that never ends, or whatever I said. So one thing I found when I started making comics is like, I didn't start making comics for a long time just because I was looking for the fast way to do this for so long, and I wasn't finding it until one day I just kind of realized there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. You just got to do it. And if you want to do it right, you got to do it right. So that brings us to here and now. This kind of stuff. Just getting rid of all these speckles. You're like, Ryan, most of this picture is sand. You can leave the grainy stuff on the sand. And to that I say, shut up. It's my picture. I'll clean it the way I want. I want clean sand, everybody. No, I'm just a mental case, and I know what I want. I want the marks that I put on the page, not the marks that came through in the scan. And you know, you don't have to be totally Mr. Anal about this stuff. You can, there's, you know, but sometimes I'm a little over the top about how I do stuff. So let's see. What else? We're in 2025. We just started February. Today's February 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, look at your calendar. January is over. It's a new year. It's a new year. It's a new month. It's a new day. So everyone's New Year's resolution holding up? No. Well, I didn't even make one. I'm usually big on New Year's resolutions, but I didn't even think about it this year. But I had other stuff on my mind. Like I say, I had my anniversary. I was planning that, and it was going to be a big surprise for the lovely lady. And it went really well. But I was also I made a book for her, and it was like our first message on the dating app that we met on to all our texts on up through the end of our first date, the day of our first date. Every text we sent each other with pictures and commentary, and I did like background paintings to kind of like give it some oof, and it's just like splashes of watercolor and stuff to kind of give it a little aesthetic. It was like a 24-page book, and it's all bound and stuff, and it's I thought it turned out pretty nice, if I do say so myself. I think I'm about ready to start actually coloring, because this is the least fun part of my life right here. And, you know, there'll be time for further cleaning up later, I suppose. There's a whole rest of my life to finish cleaning up this page. Let me just make sure there's nothing in any of the skies, because that looks particularly junky. You got a nice clean sky and then little speckles show up in it. I'll just touch up a few little eensy weensy last little specks. Did I just? Yeah, I did. Okay. I made a mark down here, but I didn't mean to. Okay. And one other last thing, I'm gonna just go over the outside gutter again. Just in case. Because that's supposed to be like pure white. Already see it. Dang it. And sometimes stuff I see is just dust on my computer screen. It's not actually even on the page. So I'm always tricking myself too. Jeepers. Wanna be. Coffee break. Okay. Well, I think it's time to get into what I set out to do. Dear color. So first step here, I got to duplicate this layer, which is not coloring still. So the anticipation must be killing you. Duplicate layer. There it is. Booyah, booyah. Then I'll go back to that one because I want to do a new layer. You know, I don't see how to do anything. I had to like minimize this so I could keep an eye on comments if any come up. And now I don't see how to make a new layer. What if I right click? No. How do I make a new layer? Here, let me maximize this for a sec. Oh, here. Okay. Now I see it. Okay, back to the layout I had. All right. So now I have the ink layer below and above. This is going to be my color layer. I'm going to call it color. This one I'm going to do a couple things with. I'm going to change the, what do you call it, the blending mode. I'm going to change it to multiply. I'm going to, is that it? I'm going to lock this too. I don't really need to because I don't usually have a problem with that, but that way I don't accidentally mess with it. Actually, no, I'm not even going to bother doing that because sometimes I do end up wanting to mess with it. Now, okay, let's start with the color. I'm ready to be ready. Are you ready to be ready? So I always start with going over each panel. I'll just drag a marquee over the gutter, this marquee tool, right? That's what that's called. Yeah, rectangular marquee. Then I take the old fill bucket. What color and I'll just make them random colors. It doesn't really truly matter. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll try to make the panel the most prominent color, and I'll do it the color of the sky here, and we're on some space planet, some other planet, and I happen to remember from the beginning of the book that this planet's sky tends to be green during the day. And the other thing that I try to do is, so if I hide this top ink layer, you'll see like sometimes, because this is putting the gutter over the color. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, that's another step. That's another step. So that I forgot to do. It perfectly hides the, okay, here we go. So I usually make a layer on top of that top ink layer. Here, let me deselect. I usually make a new layer on top of there, and this is going to be my gutters. Oh, hold on. I'm all like out of sorts. I usually am not explaining this when I do it. So I'm going to select, actually, I want contiguous selected, which is like all one solid shape. It's not going to, so if I have contiguous unselected, it's going to select all the white when I select white. But if I select it like inside the panels, outside the panels, all over the whole page, it's going to select every bit of white. Deselect. So when I select contiguous, it's going to select all the uninterrupted white that I select. So it's just going to select that part. So everything and the outside gutters, that's what I want. So I've got that selected. Copy, paste. Okay, so that is just my gutters. And it's hard to see that, but like, let me do another layer just to show you. So I'm just going to fill this brand new random layer that I made. I'm just going to fill it with red so you can see what this panel that I just made is. It's just the gutters. So that's what that is. I just have the white gutters on top of everything. So if my color goes outside the gutters, you won't see it. You'll just see the white gutters. So this one, I don't really need this all red thing or orange or whatever. I'm going to trash that. I don't need that. That was just an example. So back to my color layer. So what I was starting to say was, if I go outside, let me see. I don't want to go that far. So if I go outside the border a little bit, I can fill that with color still, and it won't be a problem. So we'll just make this like an orange, like kind of an action orange color. And these are not very representative of are not necessarily representative of the color of that's going to be in the panel necessarily. I just need to fill it with something so I know there's no like I do it so I know I've got every part of the panel color. So I don't know. It's just for my own sense of security that the whole panel has been touched by the end of it. Because I'm going to basically fill every bit of color, like set piece by set piece. I'm just going to color everything by hand. It helps if I color something or if I color the panel with something, some color that's going to be in there prominently, because like then I don't have to worry about this sky so much and like scribbling it all in there or whatever. Okay, anyway. I'm going to do the big one first. Oh, and something I was starting to say earlier is like, I like to have that panel because if these overlap and I do like a similar color, if I happen to do a similar color in this panel, and behind the gutters, they're touching, and then I go to fill this one, it'll fill this one. Like, so I try to do different colors from panel to panel, and I try to not touch them together if I can help it, but sometimes I do anyway. And yeah, it just, if I can avoid them touching and keep them separate colors, that is helpful sometimes. Okay, back to this. So I'm gonna fill this panel with, I don't know, sand color. Sand color. You know what? I have pages of this planet. This is not my desktop. I'm on, that's my desktop. Yeah, yeah. Book files. Looking for, I don't know. I gotta look at the folder. This isn't gonna give me any clues. I gotta look at the folder, book files, because I want to open a page that has this planet on it. Toward the beginning of the book, page 15. Okay. So I want to open here. Dang it. This page will have colors I kind of want to match. So let's go to the color layer of this page. Here we are. Sand. Fill. What? What's going on? Why did it do that? What is that? What? I have some kind of tolerance setting. I don't know if that's it. Continuous. I don't know why it was doing that. I'm not smart, okay? I just know how to do what I do. When Photoshop starts throwing me curveballs, you know, I got to monkey around before I figure it out. But, you know, I can worry about that later if it keeps giving me a problem. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's a problem. So I'm moving on. I'm barely able to draw. So, but like that's what I can do. When it comes to the math of a computer program, I don't have the brain capacity for that, okay? I'm not always smart enough to deal with that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to select that color. Okay, here we are. So now we've got kind of the basic panel color, the most basic panel colors blocked in. Okay, so deselect. Now we zoom in, and I got to decide what color this lizard is going to be, this space lizard. Should it be like a, oops. Should it be like a abnormal lizard color? I don't even know. It's like a space iguana. I think I called it a space iguana in the script. All right, let's see. So the sky's going to be green, so let's make him not green for sure. We'll make him kind of like a yellow lizard. So I'm doing this with the pencil tool. I like the pencil tool for coloring. And I'll probably change the underside of him. I'm just going to kind of block him in. Space iguana, guana, space iguana. What am I doing? So let's see now. Here's his tail. I can't understand what I'm seeing here. Why does it look like his tail? That's like this background. I might have to erase some of that in the inks because that doesn't make sense to me. Like his tail is wrapping around this branch, right? Why is part of this background over here? Like we see the mountain and the ground. I don't know. I think I might have to erase that. Oops. So what else is new? I'm a pelican now. No, wait. Person. I'm still a person. Sometimes I get made up stuff mixed up with the truth. Dang it. There we go. Whee! So yeah, let's go into this top ink layer. I'm going to, so remember the ink layer is just black and white. It's just kind of see-through sitting on top of my colors right now. So I'm going to select part of the white part and draw over this part of the ink that I don't want here. Okay. I think that looks better. Back to color, select the color brush. I'm going to fill that in. There we go. That looks like it makes some sense to me. Okay, and then we've got other yellow lizard guy panels to go to. Not there, just his tongue is in that one. So he's here and he's here. Let's get this close-up shot. I'm probably gonna, oh look, I overshot the panel border. All of this is going to get recolored anyway. The mountain range and these magic light things, whatever it is, light flares from the portal. Okay. Oh man, there's a delay. Here, let me. I don't want to close that one. I'll close this one. That's saved. Okay. Because I might need colors from that. Oh, dang. I'll close these. Gotta close some stuff to hopefully help me not have a big delay, because that is aggravating. Make the pencil bigger. So I was watching some movie recently. Like on Tubi, I came across a movie called Ed and His Dead Mother, starring Steve Buscemi and I think Ned Beatty was the guy in it. John Glover. I was watching it. And I'm like, man, this movie's kind of terrible. I liked the actors in it, actually, but the movie was kind of trash. I was like, why was I compelled to put this on and watch it to the end? I don't know. But then it ended, and my favorite band, They Might Be Giants, came on at the start of the credits. And it was like a cool song. It was the first song on their first album. Everything Right Is Wrong Again. And that was a big surprise to me. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And I was like, that's probably why I felt like subconsciously, that was probably like why I knew the, like, recognized the title of the movie and decided to put it on. But it's like, I didn't know that's why I recognized it or something. Like it, something like subconsciously made me want to watch it when I came across it. And it seemed like a compelling enough title or something to check out. But the whole time I was watching it, I was like, this is kind of trash. And but it was a pleasant surprise to come across that song at the end. Oh my gosh, this brush is too big for this. This is my third cup of coffee today. Pardon me. Usually I drink tea all day long, like a psychopath, is how much tea I drink. I haven't had any tea today, but I'm on cup of coffee number 3. No, that is no bong. That is me slurping on coffee. What is going on here? my niece and nephew spent the night last night, and so I went to my church this morning. It's Saturday, but I go to my church on Saturday mornings to just sit there and pray and read the Bible and stuff of that nature. And I came back and my dad was making them breakfast, and we had a big breakfast. I also brought donuts and blueberry muffins with me, so we had a big cool breakfast this morning, and that was nice. Breakfast, my favorite meal of the day when I'm awake. No, thanks to my new job, I'm a lot better about being a morning person than I tend to be, because I always prefer to be up early as possible. But my problem is I don't like to go to sleep at night. I get all like worked up. But and those are in direct conflict with each other. If it was up to me, I would never, ever, ever, ever sleep. But I've always been a night owl, but I would prefer to be up early. But now, ever since I've had this new job, I'm a lot better about waking up early. My work schedule used to be all over the place. I could not set my watch to my. You could not set your watch to my work schedule. It was the most chaotic work schedule anyone ever had in their life, or in the course of human history. But yeah, now it's a lot better for me. Okay, so his belly. What are we thinking? Let's give him these let's make these spikes kind of orange. Yes. That's what I see. I don't know about his belly though. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna make this smaller. Not that small. There. So I said something along the lines of there are no shortcuts. And I'm sure there are shortcuts that you could do. I've seen colorists who can work really fast. They have their own tricks, and like I've seen some that they use like the lasso tool, and they'll like, let's see, what's the shift button, and they'll just like lasso everything they need a certain color. Yeah, I have this filter key thing that always pops up, and I don't know how to disable it. And yeah, I've tried hitting that. I've tried yes. I've tried no. I don't know how to disable that, and it just drives me crazy. Yeah, see, you can do that, but I don't like how unclean that can be for me. See all this orange because I am not reliably steady with the lasso tool, apparently. I've seen I think other programs have like a way of using paint bucket tool, semi-closed areas. Like it kind of has the capacity to know when and where to fill better. But like, I'm not big on like deep diving into how a program works. I kind of don't have the patience for that. Which, you know, this works for me. I can slow and steady win the race. Or lose the race. I don't care. As long as I get to do it. Okay, so that's all those spikes. Let's see. Where's our other guys? And I'm seeing all these crumbs as I go too, so maybe I'll clean up more eventually. Someday. Oops. Yeah, so I have been working on this book this whole time. I've not been streaming, but it has slowed down dramatically. I was doing like a page a day for a while, and I have not been doing that much. I bought an XP Pen tablet so I can work on the coloring at my job during downtime. And the thing that I bought, it wasn't quite what I needed for my purposes. So I think I got to get a new tablet that I can just something portable and that I can just whip out when and wherever I am. Which unfortunately is not what I had bought recently. But yeah, because I do not have the time like I used to have. But if I had a portable tablet that I could break out at work sometimes, or bring upstairs, I'm in the basement here. It would give me so much time back. It would give me so much time back that I've lost in recent months. I guess the past year. Oh yeah, there's one more guy. Oh no, I did it. Okay. So let's see. I gotta come up with something to do with his underside here. I'm thinking like purple or a pinky color for his like gizzard and his belly. Let's see if that works. So my niece and nephew, they left a little while ago. They had a basketball game that they were going to. I think my nephew has a basketball game, and I'd have liked to go to that, but I kind of gotta make time with this stuff. And I've been going to basketball games and stuff, but I need time for this stuff too. balance. Balance. Dominami. Dominami's here. Wow, it's been so long. I know. It's been too long. It's been like the better part of a year at this point. I was saying earlier, what was I saying? What's my excuse? I got a new job, and that the commute to that eats up a bunch of my time. Yeah, aliens took me. That's it. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, no, my commute took up a bunch of my time. I've also been dating. I just had my 1-year anniversary with my beloved girlfriend Diana. And there's some pressing familial matters going on that end that require attention here and there. Not so much from me as much as it's going on with her family, but that's my deal too. But that's not really what's been eating my time. It's mostly the commute to work, just the idea of dating itself. What else? Oh, and I also moved out of my place. So I'm back in my parents' house right now. I got my roommate got married a year and a half ago. My roommate's so my roommate, his girlfriend moved in, and the idea was I was going to buy them out of the townhouse that we were living in. And for some reason, it was just going to work out better for them to buy me out. So in the meantime, I'm back at my parents' house. This is my childhood bedroom. But and so I was looking for a place. Now I'm just holding off. I'm just going to stick around here for a bit. And but now it's nostalgic. This is also like the past several years, it's been my brother's like music studio. Now it's my bedroom again. But it's got like Tyler, the Creator posters on the wall, Kanye West poster. There's a Sonic poster on the wall. And it's got all this like foam padding on the wall. Because he was like recording stuff here. So it doesn't look like my space. I put up some like decorative, like that's my crucifix from my old room. And then there's like this fish thing that I had in my house. And I've got some other random decorations. I got this rhino here, just to make it a little more homey. The 3 music geniuses of our time. Yes. Yeah. Tyler, the Creator, Kanye West, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep. Yeah, so I'm just making do here for the time being, helping my parents out. That is another thing though that is taking up a lot of time away from me. I've found I wasn't anticipating, but it's like my nieces and nephews come over here all the time. My brothers and sisters come visit them all the time, and then I get wrapped up in hanging out with them. That it's like not to say I don't like I regret spending time with them, but it is unfortunately taking me away from working on the comic a lot. But I don't know. So I got to get back into a balance of things. Did I see? Oh no. But yeah. Anyway, so here we are trying to balance it out. And I have been working on this comic the whole dang time. It's just like dramatically slower than I used to. Let's see. The three music geniuses of our time. Oh man, I thought I fixed this little bit of green. Okay. And dang it, look how sloppy I am. Slow and sloppy wins the race. So there's that. I heard a little while ago my laundry is done. So I gotta put that away when I get off here. How long have I been on, out of curiosity? Almost an hour already. Dang. Boy, I gotta go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna make his eyes kind of purple. So let's see. We'll do light. Oops. Oh, you know what? I meant to put on the music kind of thing when I started. Just so when I go into these dramatic pauses, they're a little less dramatic. Oh, and here's the most dramatic pause of all, I think, that's about to come up. I gotta go to the bathroom. So, give me a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, my knees. Oh, my knees. Yeah, knees. Oh, dang on these. Oh, my knees, oh, my knees, oh, my knees. Okay, they stopped hurting a little while ago, I guess. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing text. Okay, nothing particularly. Nothing that needs my attention. I also got emails. Is this entertaining? Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm not seeing the comments anymore. Hey, music. And normal adult movements right there. Ow. You know what my problem is? And I just did it again. I sit like with my legs, like I'll like fold one leg up and sit on my legs. That is not good for my knees. I promise. So I gotta not do that. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit I've gotten myself into over the years. Then I always get up and I'm like crying out in pain. My dad has had I think both his knees and one hip replaced, and I'm like putting myself on the same path. Let's see. Oh, wait. Light purple. Did I do this one already? Yes. Okay, what else does this guy need color-wise? He needs like toenails. Let's make those like a brown. Iguana butt. Iguana butt. So this lazy iguana, he eats this bug out of the sky. Whoosh! He gulps it down. And then immediately gets his comeuppance. He gets sucked into the portal as they come out. And that's the last we ever see. Never to be seen or heard from again. Correct. Oops. I don't even know when my last stream was. And I was saying earlier, I've been paying for this stream software this whole time and just not using it. Because I like to make my life stupid. What? Gosh, oh, I missed part of his lip here. We need, well, let me make sure I got its claws in the other ones now. I don't think there are in here. There, we don't really see them. Okay. So his antenna and his teeth. So these are just the flat colors. And then I always go into like my next step is like gradients and then shadows. Special effects if I need them. Okay. Do like, oops. I get sassy with the computer noises. Mind your tone with me, computer. Not this. Do that. And then what else? I'll do like, kind of like his teeth color. I'll do. I'll make it a little bit different. Oops. Sloppy Joe, that's my name. Should I do little ends of his antenna, different color? That is way too different, I feel like. Yeah, I like it. Then if I do a gradient, I can kind of make it build from this color to that color, probably. I don't know if that's what I'll do, but maybe. Oh man, I didn't even. Did I do this one? I'm a doofus. And color the antennas. The colors look good, thank you. Making it up as I go. I had a page pulled up. Let's see. I had the last page pulled up, but I had to close it. But let's see. I can probably. The page that I more or less finished with. I'm not entirely finished with. This is the last one I did. So they're traveling in a portal. Oops. Or not a, yeah, they get like zapped into like interdimensional space or whatever. And oops, that's an old page. And then yeah, here's where they're coming out. Yeah, that's what the gradients and shadows bring to it. This is with gradients, that's with shadows. It makes a big difference. It pushes it a lot. Who is on the right? So there's this alien character that's kind of come into the picture, and we don't know his name yet. We don't really know anything about him. We're about to find out about him, but his name is Billy TV, and he comes from the planet Montana. No relation to Earth's Montana. Here, I'll since I haven't uh, been on here much lately, I'll pull up a couple other pages. Here's one. So they're in this like thing. They're in this dome. They got thrown into this dome, and then this this scientist guy, he like powers it up, and it's like it starts buzzing with electricity. Bzz, bzz, and he's like, "Hey, let me out of here!" It's like a big glass dome with these uh, like metal things all over it. And they start like buzzing with electricity. Like, "Hey, get me out of here! Get me out of here!" And he's like, "It's no use." And then it starts to transport them. Vorp, and it can like they bow out and stretch. Vorp, crack. That's old. And we're on this scene, and then they come out. So hopefully this will cool, like all this portal stuff that'll be like kind of affect you. And the thing I do with the effects, like the main thing I do is I'll take the black ink colors and I'll make them different colors, or I'll add like light to stuff. Like I'll have a special layer for like transparent white or something. I don't know, but it can really like make stuff look cool. Okay, so accidentally selected a different layer instead of trying to make sure I was on the brush and I hit the wrong key. Oops. Wait, that's not the right color. Is it? No, it wasn't. Darn. Seriously, I'm so sloppy. It's amazing I get anything done. So I was saying I just had my 1 year anniversary with my girlfriend this past, well, actually it was this past Monday. We went out Sunday. We went to like I was keeping it all a surprise from her. I want to tell her what we were doing. I planned everything. We went to like this little diner for brunch. That was cute. And then we went to this like place called Activate Games, which I think is kind of a newer thing. But it's like it was like a bunch of rooms, and in the like each room kind of had a different theme, but they were all kind of like, and it's all kind of like lit like a laser tag place almost. But each room has a different theme, and there's like multiple games you can play in each room, and you gotta kind of like sometimes wait behind other people that are in the room already. You gotta wait for them to come out, and then you can go in. And but like one of them had like It was like the floor lights up in different tile color, like it lights up in different colors, and like it'll be like blue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you get like while it's counting, you have like 5 seconds to get to the color it says, and there will be like just enough spaces for you and whoever else is in the room. So it was just the two of us. So there's like two blue spaces, and you can't go onto the same one. And we did this one a lot. This was the one we did the most, probably. But yeah, you got to run, and then it gets more complicated. There will be like other colors that come in, and then it just keeps adding colors and making it faster and trickier. So, and then oh yeah, I kind of I just saw a little bit of Squid Game season 2. I never saw season 1, but we watched a little bit of Squid Game season 2 recently, and I get what you mean. It does kind of sound. It is kind of like that kind of stuff. Um, and then there was like a room, like there's a bunch of screens on the wall and a bunch of balls, and like the screens have like asteroids coming at you, and you gotta like throw the balls at the asteroids before they get too close. You gotta break the asteroids up, and you get points that way. And then it kind of keeps a running total of like every time you sign into a room, it's like it picks up where your score left off, so you can like keep like up with like moving up levels at the different games. um and you like unlock new levels as you go. And then there's like one with basketball hoops in it, and there's like different basketball hoop type games. And there's one where we were climbing along a ledge, and you can touch the green grips, but you can't touch the red grips, and you want to hit all the ones that turn blue as they turn blue, um, and get as many points as you can with that. So that it was cool, and there were probably like 20 rooms with different kind of themed games. But that was really fun. So we did that, and then we went to dinner at this really fancy Brazilian steakhouse. It was really good. It was a beautiful place, and it's just they keep serving you. They keep coming by with like meat on skewers. They're like, "Would you like some pork belly? Would you like some uh, bacon wrapped chicken? Would you like some bottom sirloin or whatever?" I don't know the things, but it was just like really good meat, like just endless train of meat coming your way. And that was great. And then we went to this really beautiful bar. It was really nice, and we were staying at this really nice hotel. And it was a great anniversary. Everything went according to plan, and I thought it was going to fall apart a couple times early on, and it didn't. So I'm grateful for that. Okay, let's see. What's next? I'll color some stuff I am familiar with. So we only have one Billy TV and Bonehead on this page, so we'll color them. So I'm just copying the colors from a different page. The antenna? Wait, did I not finish the antenna? I didn't finish this one. Thank you. Yeah, that's what you're... Good catch. Oops, I keep doing like zooming in on the stream when I have it pulled. like zoomed in on the comments. How did I even do that? Let's see. I don't know. Okay. Like your dino guys. Okay. Did I select the color? Yes. Okay. Let's go get Bonehead. I start gabbing and then I can't. I lose my train of thought really easily. Is it coloring? Oh yeah. See? I already forgot what I just said I was gonna do. This is like the darker end of Bonehead's face color. So, very toasty color. In fact, it doesn't even feel like Bonehead, so I'm gonna move this over here because I keep clicking on the wrong page. Pick a lighter end of him. So it looks more like Bonehead to me. What's going on with you, Dominami? Anything? Get a bigger brush. Nope, just living in 2025. I heard that. Life is fun. Neat. And not haha funny. Or maybe it is, I don't know. The joke's on us. Oh, so recently there was a that Parade of Planets thing. Anybody in the world check that out? I didn't have a telescope or anything. We had binoculars that we were looking at stuff through. That was kind of interesting. I mean, mostly looking at the moon with these binoculars was really cool. Like you could see like the grain of the way the shadow was on the moon. You could see the grain of the like the peaks and valleys and everything of the moon. It was pretty cool to see. But we were also using this these star watching apps. So like this one that I was using is called Skywalk. No, Star. Let me see. Starwalk 2. And it's like it kind of like shows you what's in the sky wherever you're pointing it. It's kind of like shows you what's in the sky there. And because there were supposed to be like 6 planets, something like 6 planets out, and like Jupiter and Uranus were in one spot of the sky, Mars was in this part of the sky, then Saturn, Neptune, and maybe that was it. Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, and Mars. Maybe there's another one. I don't remember. But they were all like out at once. And we were kind of like using this app to kind of like figure out where they were and spot them. And some of them I think you couldn't see with the naked eye, but a handful of them you could. Like I think I think it must have been Jupiter, because like I said, two were in the same place over here, two were in the same place over here. So it was Venus, Saturn, and Neptune were like in this area of the sky, and you could see one of them at least. And I think it was Saturn and Venus were like in the same place when I was looking anyway. And but it just, you could only see like one star there, but allegedly they were overlapping according to the app. And then and then Mars is always identifiable because it's like the pink solid star in the sky. So that was cool. And then there's going to be another thing, only there will be one more planet. Mercury will also be in the sky the last day of February. I believe it was the 28th of February. It's going to happen again. I think they're more or less still in the sky, but it was like it was like January 25th or something like that was supposed to be like the best day to see it all. And they also mentioned February 28th is going to be the next best day to see him. So that was cool. Okay, so I got Bonehead's face color. So yeah, like I was telling my friends about it, and my one friend in California, her and her boyfriend, they went to like some nice spot with not a lot of light pollution. Yeah, what is this color that I picked? It doesn't look like his tooth color. This is better. And they got the same app and they were enjoying that. Oh, they got a really cool picture of the sky with their phone, which I don't even know how you do that. I think they just like did a long exposure and like had a tripod or something, and they did a long exposure, which I love that. I was like, I didn't even think phones could do that. But what I don't know, fill a couple phone books. So reminds you of when everyone was watching the eclipse. Yeah, I remember I was at work when that happened, and I got to kind of like go out for it, and it didn't seem like anything happened. Like I couldn't tell anything happened. Dang it. Or maybe I just missed it or something, but where I was probably also wasn't the best place to observe an eclipse, I guess. I don't know. Is this music hypnotizing anyone else, or is it just me? Let's see. I'm gonna put something else on. Feeding the ducks. I mean, I think all of these the music on this thing is like mind-numbingly repetitive. So it is what it is. to check something else out. All right? Sue me. Okay, and this is kind of the color that I use for the bottom of his feet. Let me change it a bit. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, a while ago, I got to see one of my favorite bands, ELO, which is cool. I think it was their like final tour. It was Jeff Lynne's ELO. So Jeff Lynne wrote all the songs for ELO. So like Mr. Blue Sky, Evil Woman. What's it called? It's a Living Thing or something. It's a living thing. What a terrible thing to lose. Sweet Talking Woman. Turn to Stone. Oh man, they are just like hit machines. Like you find yourself a best of ELO. You'll know like every single song on it. At least that was the realization I came to when I was in college. I was like every time I was turning on the radio for a while, I was like, wait, who is this? ELO. Cool. I like this song. And then it was like every time I turned on the radio, for a while, all of a sudden I was like, who's this? I don't know who this is. But I've heard it a million times. And then it was like ELO, ELO, ELO. And I was like, man, I never realized any of these songs were ELO, but I love them all. Yeah. Mr. Blue Sky is pretty popular after Guardians of the Galaxy, which I haven't seen, but I know it's in there. And that's usually the one that I tell people when I mention ELO, and they're like, who? But yeah, they've got a million great songs. I don't even think I've listened to any of their proper albums, but like so many good songs. I like all their songs on they did like the soundtrack to Xanadu, which I don't know that movie, but I love all their songs. And then Olivia Newton-John sings a version of the title song Xanadu, and then they do a version of it. But like there's a few other songs on there. I'm Alive, and is Calling America on that one? I don't think so. The Fall. I don't know. They're all just about everything I've ever heard from them is like a masterpiece. Oh, telephone line, give me some time. I'm living in twilight, which I think is in some Adam Sandler movie. Is that oh, that's in Billy Madison when Steve Buscemi's like he calls him up or something. He's like, "Hey man, I just wanted to apologize to you for picking on you back in the day." And then he's like, "Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that." And he like gets off the phone and he like crosses him off his like to kill list. he crosses Billy Madison off his to kill list. He puts his gun down, puts on like a whole mess of lipstick, and he just like lies down on the couch and starts playing that song. I'm pretty sure. I might have the wrong scene in my head, but I know it's in that movie. It's like it was on his agenda to murder Billy Madison until he went back and apologized to him. Let's see. Oh, that was one song that I played for my girlfriend on our anniversary, but I think it was kind of lost on her because she'd never seen the movie. But it's a really romantic song actually. Song from not Billy Madison. What's the other one? Not Happy Gilmore. The Wedding Singer. Like I Want to Grow Old with You. Oh, it's such a cute song, and it's like a nice song to play for your girlfriend. I feel. I played that for her, but she liked. I don't know. I don't know that she was all that like out of context. I think she wasn't like quite getting it, but me knowing what it was like geeking out about like, oh, check out how, she also wasn't expecting me to suddenly put on a song. So I don't think she knew what was going on when I did it. So it was kind of lost on her. But I thought it was mighty romantic of a thing to put on. I just think it was like totally out of the blue to do. And she kind of missed that one when I did it. I need a lighter color. Probably more like that. How long have I been on? I don't want to go too crazy long. I'll probably go to 2 hours and I'll get off. So like 20 more minutes. And I'll mercifully end this stream. I'm still on the same cup of coffee. Oh, check this out. Oh. How's that for an ASMR stream? I'm hoping I start doing it more consistently again. I always have loftier ideas than reality works out for me. But yeah, I do think I'll start doing it more regularly again. I just needed to like get one going. And I don't know how often I'll be at least once a week, but I think I'll do it more often than that. See, it would be funny if an ASMR stream was just wacky sound effects followed by silence. I agree. It's like what do you call it? Like those morning zoo sound effects. It's 1:19 on a Saturday. Ding 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 ding. Yeah. Slot machine. Yep. And now here, now, for the sound of my fingers dragging across cling wrap. And now, an elephant has entered the room. And now, here's E.T. Elliot. I'm dying. And now, crickets. And now, 2 crickets. Come on. I can just imagine the face of someone who stumbles upon this. Let me see, what else? And now, a Frito bag. And now, a pregnant moose. Yep, sounds pregnant to me. Butterfly kisses. And that concludes our ASMR for this episode. You can like, share, and subscribe. Please donate to our sound effect fund. Please donate to the Michael Winslow Foundation. Michael Winslow was he was in the Police Academy movies. I don't know if plural is right. I don't even think I've seen the Police Academy movies, but he's just this guy that he does crazy sound effects. He can do crazy sound, like if you're into voice. Like, I like voice actors a lot. I'm really into voice actors. He's not a voice actor necessarily, but he's like a sound effect wizard. He can do like he's done like Jimi Hendrix's guitar, like I don't know what he does, but he'll make sound effects that blow your mind. Your sound effects were pretty spot on. I know Michael Winslow. He's pretty cool. I like voice effects. I can't, I'm pretty amateur and juvenile on the stuff I can do. Something just popped in my head, and I already forgot it. I feel like there was one that I was like, oh, here's something I can do. Oh, I know what I was thinking.
What to make it sound like I'm in a jam? Hey, let me out of here! Let me out of here!
I don't know.
I'm trapped in a suitcase!
Thumbs up. Let's see, we've got sand here. Oh man, look, this doesn't go to the edge. Here, it looks like it does. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, sand. That looks like the same color as the tree. Dash no wood. I'll pick a different spot of the sand, a lighter spot of the sand. It's not much better. Can I fill the tree a slightly darker color? Or grayer, I'll do. Yeah, okay. I was afraid it was going to do this too. I guess I barely did anything, so it wouldn't have been too terrible. I want it to look like ashier. Okay. Like a lot of this stuff, it's like I don't always know exactly what I want, but I do kind of have a picture in my head. See, and if I take this away, oh, not that one. If I take the gutter one away, see how like now that's the same color. Oh, I forgot I did change it slightly. So but the like this could bleed in, and then if you go to like do something to this color, you'll have this selected to like if I go to like fill it in later, they're kind of behind the scenes, they're kind of touching. Well, you know, like if I'm not careful, they'll touch, and then I'll go to fill this panel, the sand on this panel, and it'll. Don't worry about it. The thing is, you just don't want the same color, like in this panel, to touch the same color in that panel, like if that's how it's getting left. Because if they're touching behind the scenes, you'll like go to fill, you'll go to select one color to fill, and you'll fill something you don't need to be filling sometimes. Okay, I think the last thing I'm gonna do. Well, let me color the sand on this. Like this would be a good example because this sand touches this sand, but I wouldn't necessarily want them lit the same way. So I feel like, so, you know, let's say I just, I'm like, oh, this is easy. It's gonna work out nice because I don't have to worry about the two different panels. I can just like be cavalier and just color across both panels. You know, I don't gotta worry about the borders. So once I get this all filled, I'm being a little sloppy, but that's okay. I'll fix it in a sec. Okay, so say okay, now say I move on to the next step and I decide I want to start doing gradients on things. So, you know, so it's like a little more. Just gradient. I'm not going to leave it like this, but just to show you, this is kind of, and then I'll go to like, well, now when I select this sand, it's touching this sand. So that's why you don't usually want to do that, because then, darn it, I should have picked different. Here, let's see. So I'm going to pick my gradient for the sand. And, you know, these are on different planes. This sand and this sand, we're looking at different parts of, you know, like you want them to be distinct from each other, but they won't be now. You know, it looks like it's all in the same place. So I'd actually want to like, oops, pick a slightly different color, or I mean, I could make this brown, like blue if I wanted, and then just when I do the gradient, just pick the gradient colors I want. It doesn't really matter because I do go over everything again. For that gradient. Oh, the key here is I just want this. Usually what I would do, I wouldn't be so dramatic, but usually I would just go with a lighter brown in this panel, this inset panel. And then I would just do the gradients separately for each one. And I'm just going to end on this little thing that I'm trying to show you. So I'm just going to do this real quick, just for the sake of showing. Continue working on this much later on today, but just so I can part with this little lesson. Okay, so now say we're on the gradient part. So I'll go select all my sand in this panel, and I'll light it with the gradient. Okay, so let's say that's set. Now I'll go into here and I'll do that one. And, you know, I'll set it so they do look distinct. However I end up doing it, I'll do it so this panel actually stands out from this panel. So and you know, the sky will be the same way because the two skies touch. And I'll have the light end of the sky to the dark end of the sky, light end of the sky, dark end of the sky. But you know, I usually do like it a little darker toward the horizon and lighter higher up in the sky. But you know, the lighter end here, it's not going to line up perfectly with this one. You kind of want your even your gradients to just not line up perfectly, so they they kind of stand apart, if that makes any sense. Like here and here, same gradient, same color, but if you can get them to avoid lining up too close or too exactly, it'll help the panels kind of stand out and separate from each other. You dig? All right. Well, with that, I'll finish this page later. Maybe you'll see me work. Like, I think the days are a little away from me right now where I can finish a page in a day. So you might see me working on this page next time I do a stream. Maybe, hopefully I'll be on a different one, but yeah, either way, we'll get by. You'll see this page again. So surely at least show the finished thing, or maybe I'll still be working on it. I don't know. But anyway, good to be back streaming. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these as time goes on. Yeah, get back into the swing of things. All right, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. I'm gonna maybe get something to eat, tend to my laundry. I just remembered that's something I gotta do. Well, there's a bunch of stuff I gotta do. Oh man, what a busy life I lead. All right, bye everybody. I love you. Thanks, Damanami, for showing up. And goodbye. Until next time, do your own drawing.